Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to I Don't Have Tea With Me Right Now time. You can see I'm in a different room. I am currently in Rhode Island, not Atlanta, and we're going to get to that in just a bit. We're going to talk about Overwatch and Starcraft a little bit, YouTube, and we're going to talk about me moving to Los Angeles. So basically what happened was my boss, Andrew, who manages Polton Violet, found a really great opportunity in LA. And he's gonna take it because that's the kind of business that we're in. When you have opportunities, you just gotta go for it. You gotta seize them because they don't come around all that often. You gotta be there. You gotta do it. And so that's what he's doing. But that leaves me in a sort of weird scenario. So he said, "All right, this is thank you for all your work, etc. Here's some severance, and you can take that and you can use that to go home, to Rhode Island, and live there permanently and do whatever you're gonna do, or you can come with me, Polton Violet, to LA and try to get a job at Machinima or ESL or some other studio or Blizzard or Riot or whoever, and do that for a while." And for most people, that's a pretty easy choice. There's a lot of opportunities to work for someone like that. To get in that kind of a situation is pretty amazing. I don't want to live away from the northeastern United States, really just sort of Massachusetts, Rhode Island area, permanently. I want to come back home and plant my roots here eventually. And I've been doing the full-time esports thing for 4 years. I've been away from home for 4 years. And, I get to visit sometimes, and that's good, but it's really stressful for me. I know that not a lot of people, or maybe, not so many people, get that kind of stress, and it's like, oh, it's just a great opportunity, you should do it. But it's really, it's emotionally straining for me to be away from home as long as I have. And it's one of those things where it's just sort of like, I have to make a decision based on incomplete information. Thank you, Starcraft, for honing that skill for me. And the other thing is I had to make this decision in like 2 days because that's the kind of opportunity it is. So I had to decide, and I did decide and decided to go for it, move to LA. And what does that mean? It means I'm going to try to get some on-screen work either at Machinima or ESL or what have you, casting, Starcraft or Overwatch. One of those two games. I mean, I'm down to sort of get into any of the esports at this point in time. Starcraft and Overwatch are my two favorite games at the moment, and any amount of doing that kind of stuff in that area would be great. But leads to the question: how am I going to get back home and live the life that I want to live? And basically the plan going in this is I'm going to go out there, I'm going to have some money to survive for a bit. I'm very good at surviving on very little money. That's what I've basically been doing for 4 years. So I'm going to keep at it, and and we're going to keep doing that and hopefully get some kind of a job. And if I don't get a job in time before my money runs out, then it's like, okay, I gave it a shot and didn't work out, so I'll move back to Rhode Island and do YouTube part-time and do esports part-time. And that would be a bummer, but it might be an eventuality that I can't avoid, as all eventualities are. Anyway, the basic concept is that we're going to give it a shot, but this is going to be my last shot in esports. I've been doing this for a long time now, and I've never really been at the area where I can live comfortably. I'm always working 10 to 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, and making just enough to get by. I've been doing that for about 4 years. So I'm kind of like done with it. You know what I mean? It's sort of like I can't do it for too much longer without just being really unhappy. And so we're going to give it another 2 years. That's the plan in LA. And hopefully things work out. Hopefully get some work that will eventually transition me into, remote work from Rhode Island, or online work or what have you. That's sort of the plan. And during that time, I will be doing Overwatch content and Starcraft content on my YouTube channel. I may or may not be streaming. YouTube is really where I found more of my success in general. I think I have a pretty good handle on the skills required to make a good video, make a high quality video that's entertaining and interesting. For Overwatch, because it's a new game for me, and because I have to do a lot of playing and learning before I can get to the sort of level of knowledge that I had in Starcraft, I'm going to start mostly with entertainment-based stuff, so parodies, musical parodies, and we're gonna have Broverwatch, which will be the bronze science, move to Overwatch, basically. So that's gonna be fun, and just wanted to, I guess, update you all on what's going on. So June 10th, I will be driving with Andrew from Georgia. Let's do this for you, right? From Georgia, backwards map, to LA, which will be fun. Maybe we get to see the Graham Canyon full of graham crackers. And anyway, bad puns are just this thing that has been integrated into my life. The more I cast, the more bad puns come out of my mouth. When they get out there, I'm like, oh crap, did I just? Yes, I just did. We move on with it. But that's the plan. We're gonna do some Overwatch. We're gonna do some Starcraft. It's gonna be awesome. And it could completely fail, but that's been my life, right? That's been my last 4 years. Just going out and working as hard as I can and hoping things pan out. So I'm very excited for this new adventure, and I hope that you all will enjoy the journey with me as I march into the darkness of the unknown. And it's going to be a good time. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and that's okay. But this is kind of the end for me. I'll be 30 years old in 2 years. I'm 28 years old now. I'll be 30 years old. And I will have, at that point in time, given full-time esports 6 years of, just tons of effort and trying to make it work. I think a lot of that effort was wasted, unfortunately, because StarCraft is such a small game comparatively to the other games that I could have been making content for. Refusing to diversify early on and just sticking 100% to StarCraft really hurt me in a major way. And I was always afraid, I was always afraid of that the StarCraft community would be like, you're leaving us for Overwatch. And I have a really strong emotional connection to the StarCraft community and to StarCraft as a game. It's really important to me. And so I'm not leaving StarCraft. I'm doing both games because both games are awesome. But StarCraft is not a game that will support me monetarily so I can live comfortably. I mean, it can do that for some people. You have, Pol, Nathanius, you have all these people, the top level pros, people like Apollo who do, work for ESL or, did a lot of casting back in the day. The really upper echelon of people in StarCraft, they can make a living, they can live comfortably, enough money, to, raise a family maybe and things like that. But I have not reached that level for, a multitude of reasons. And so I'm going to diversify my portfolio. I'm going to try to be an intelligent human here, think strategically. I think Overwatch is going to be an amazing game. I mean, it already is, but I think Overwatch is going to basically be the next biggest esport in the world. It will overtake League of Legends for every metric that exists. Players, viewership, all of that. I think that's what's going to happen. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. So I'm putting a lot of my chips on the Overwatch being successful, and going to continue doing StarCraft. And that is the end of that. So thank you for tuning in and hanging out. My name is JaKaTaK, and as always, thanks for watching. If you have an idea for a video you would like me to do, please leave with any questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, or anything beginning with letter C in the comment section below. And I'll see you again soon.